Hey everyone, this is Nate Sheets. I have not updated in a long time. I want to talk to you today about anxiety to give you a reason why I haven't updated in a long time and just check in with you guys. We have a lot of projects coming up. We have our video series for professionals that's still underway. We need more video. We're going to have more videos on the YouTube channel hopefully soon. But I want to share with you guys a little bit about anxiety because that's something that I've been going through a lot lately. And I know that it's what most people with fetal alcohol are going to struggle with at some point. So for me, this concept of anxiety did not come into my consciousness until after an accident I had about 10 years ago when I actually developed PTSD. And that is when, for the first time, I was really aware of what anxiety was as far as how it impacts the brain, how it changes somebody's mood, and how it makes you do things that are out of your control. That was the first time I really felt out of control, was in the midst of PTSD and anxiety. Lately, I have been going through a lot of anxiety, and while it sucks, it does help me really think about the kids that I work with, or more specifically their parents, trying to help you guys reframe a lot of the behaviors in terms of specific skills or what could be going on. And in particular, and something that I've been thinking a lot about, is irritability, how it relates to anxiety. Because I struggle with irritability all of the time, and I always have to a certain extent, but lately it's been worse. And so irritability, the problem with it is that it makes you look like a big jerk, right? And in the moment, especially as something's unfolding, you're irritable and there's somebody there with you, the other person has a reaction, right? So I'm minorly irritable from my perspective, but my irritability gives somebody else a reaction, and then that reaction gives me a reaction. And that's what I see all the time with families. Because we're misinterpreting that irritability. And often what happens is when a kid's irritable, we have something to say. That's not nice, that's not appropriate, or even something supportive like, why don't we take a few minutes, right? And no matter what you say in that moment, it's probably not going to help. The best thing you can do is probably be quiet. What could happen, for me, I'm just speaking for me, and I definitely have a certain set of skills that many people with FASDs don't currently have or have yet to develop or just don't have access to. But if I were to be irritable and somebody was around me and they just let it go, then I would immediately come around, right? Because the thing that's going on with irritability, and this is again just speaking for myself, is that you're having a reaction on the outside, and people think it's a big reaction, when in reality, the reaction you're showing from your perspective is kind of minor, and you might be making a comment or like getting frustrated, but it actually helps you to calm down so you don't go off the handle. And so if somebody keeps pushing you in that moment, then you go off the handle, and that's what happens to me. So this week, as we think about our kids with anxiety and think about irritability, start to think about irritability in that way. How are you responding to it? Are you immediately taking it personally? How can you prepare yourself before an interaction to brace for the irritability so that way you don't have the reaction that leads to their ongoing reaction? Different things. So I'm going to check in with you guys hopefully soon next week. Hopefully that gives you some things to think about. Bye.